starting and finishing in the destination town. But of course, first of all, a big detour up into the hills behind Nice, overlooking the Côte d'Azur, with 2 more King of the Mountain climbs to go over before that particular section of this race can be finalised. 141 riders remaining in the field from the original 181, and thankfully the race to the sun does have the sunshine. Well, this man, Alberto Martinez, was out in the lead for some considerable time with Francisco Manchego over the mountains, but by the time they came back into Nice, Manchego had gone and Martinez was just out in front, being chased by this man from Switzerland, the Phonak professional, Lukas Zumsteg. Well, we haven't seen very much of Zumsteg in the race so far, but at this stage, the last day of the race, all the riders who've so far not made a showing are always very, very keen to put on a show, not just for the crowd, but also for their team managers, in the hope that some impression can be made upon them when future selections for major races are made. But, not too surprisingly, it's now the Fassa Bortolos, the Italian squad, out in front of the peloton, keeping the pace high to ensure that any escapees don't get too much room for manoeuvre. Zumsteg still persisting with his chase after Martinez. Martinez at one stage, as they came through the finish line for the first time on the Promenade des Anglais here in Nice, had around about 55 seconds, but that is rapidly coming down here as the riders put on a show in front of the crowd, doing 7 laps of a 6.8 kilometre course up and down the Promenade des Anglais before the final checkered flag. Well, Zumsteg just about coming back into the peloton there, the Fassa Bortolo boys swallowing him up there, and now only Martinez out in front as the kilometres are rapidly wound down towards 0. Interestingly enough, as we see the Euskaltel boy being reeled in, Peter van Petegem, the former race leader, forecast today that he was going to try to give a stage win to his teammate Fabrizio Guidi and give him a lead out. After all, it was Guidi who led him out to victory in the second road stage earlier in this year's edition of the race. Fassa Bortolos massing at the head of affairs, but this looks like one of the Kelmy boys having a little bit of a go at the moment. This is Angel Vicioso, and we have about 33 kilometres of the race remaining at this stage. Well, that's another of the Phonak riders there, number 215. That's René Stadelmann. He's another of the Swiss boys in that Swiss outfit. And now the Francis Desjeux boys attacking together with the Fassa Bortolos on the head of the peloton. And this really is very, very fast racing. It's very deceptive, but these riders are averaging nearly 30 miles an hour up and down the promenade in the sunshine in front of this huge crowd here in Nice, a popular seaside resort, and the cycling aficionados love to come down here early season to watch this, the first of the major stage races in European professional cycling. One end of the Promenade des Anglais there, as the riders have this very acute left-hand turn. It really is an extremely sharp turn. They only just managed to get round it there without crashing into the barriers on the left of our picture. And once again, they get their rhythm going back again as they get ever nearer to the finish. Now this looks like a Jean Delatour jersey. It's Christophe Auriol for the French outfit Jean Delatour. Yet another new face, having a little bit of a dig, keen to make an impression in front of everyone here in Nice. But he's very quickly marked down by the Phonak and Gerolsteiner team, and behind you can see that nobody is giving him very much leeway at all. Christophe Agneluto with the bleach blonde haircut that he's come out with this year. in this little chase group now, 5 of them all together. Torsten Schmidt is also in there, I haven't mentioned him, and I think I can also see Alexander Vinokurov. Now, Vinokurov can certainly be a danger. He's a little bit too far behind on general classification to take over first place, but could get himself on the podium, possibly, if this were to stay away and he got some sort of a time bonus at the checkered flag. Nicolas Jalabert having a go here. Now, he's the younger brother of Laurent Jalabert, who, of course, is a former world #1, and with so many professional wins to his name, it would take far too long to go through them. And there was a brief shot of Vagodny, the hero of the climb of Ventoux on the Thursday of this race week. And there's the overall leader, Frigo, comfortably surrounded by a few of his Fassa Bortolo teammates. And that little break quickly being reeled in. And this has been the pattern ever since the race came back from the mountains back into Nice. But Agnolotto has other ideas, and off he goes again. Rides for this team called AG2R, formerly called Casino, and then a new sponsor came in. But that one was quickly spotted and equally quickly neutralised. Now look at some of the cheeky riders here, taking a shortcut through the central reservation. I don't think it really makes much difference. Perhaps they just ran out of road there, thought they might get pushed into the central reservation, and they found a shortcut. Now this is a team we haven't seen very much of this week, the Big Mat Aubervilliers team, number 155, Xavier Jeanne. Good little rider actually, but once again very quickly marked down by the fast-moving peloton. One or two of the Team Telecom boys there trying to wind this one up for their key sprinter. But I don't think anybody at this stage is going to be allowed too much leeway as we're getting ever nearer to the finish. In fact, we're coming up towards the bell now and starting the final lap of this run up and down the Promenade des Anglais, and still riders trying to ensure that it's not a finishing sprint, but I feel sure that at the end of the day that's exactly what it will be. This is one of the Lotto riders, Steve Vermaat. And there goes Nico Matin from Cofidis. Remember, he won the prologue all of a week ago, still got the legs to have a little bit of a go, and here he is now up with the Lotto rider Vermaat. Now, he's not content with getting up to him, he's attacking him as well, and trying to go out on his own. So Nico Matin really looking quite fit, but can you believe it? Such is the speed of this peloton that even he can't stay clear, and we're once again all back together in this final lap, and so to the final sprint. And can you credit it? There's Peter van Petegem doing what he promised to do for his teammate Fabrizio Guidi. Guidi coming through and taking the stage win, which Peter van Petegem promised him before this stage started. Well, 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 that is remarkable. It's a third stage in this edition of Paris-Nice for the American outfit Mercury. Peter van Petegem has won, Jans Kurtz has won, and now their teammate Fabrizio Guidi is first across the line in Nice. All the riders in the peloton timed at the same time at the finish, and it's champagne all round for Fabrizio Guidi of the Mercury boys. So there's confirmation of the final classification. Dario Frigo taking it for Italy from Rumsas of Lithuania and Van Petegem of Belgium. A truly international finish to this international race, the 63rd edition of Paris-Nice.